boys and girls, children of Buddhist Sunday School, parents and grandparents, teachers of Buddhist Sunday School. Today, we are going to do a very special presentation entitled, I Know My Buddhist ABC. This lesson is particularly dedicated to the little children, probably from standard 1 until standard 3 or 4. You can learn not only ABC in the Buddhist way, but also some very good points about Dhamma and also moral education. As usual, we will launch the PowerPoint and go over this. I know my Buddhist ABC. You have learned the ABC when you were in kindergarten. A for apple, B for banana, C for cat, and so on. But we are going to do it in a different way, the Buddhist ABC. So now, I think you don't have to watch my face on the video now. So now we stop the video and then now we launch the PowerPoint. You can see here, I know my Buddhist ABC, a presentation dedicated to Buddhist children, their parents, and teachers. Now here, of course, you can just see some animated images of children dancing, very happy. So this is the chart of the ABC. Now let us go on. What does A stand for? Now it's not apple. Here it is altar. Now you know what is an altar? It is a shrine place where you have the Buddhist images, like the Buddha image, or sometimes you have the Kuan Yin, and then you put in the flowers, and then the candles, and then incense and water, right? So I think most of the Buddhist homes have an altar, right, where you can see the Buddha image for you to pay respect and also to do your chanting and puja. So that A, altar. Now let us go to the next one. B. I think you would know what B stands for. You can see the picture here, isn't it? So B stands for Buddha. Now Buddha, who is Buddha? Buddha is the fully enlightened one, the greatest teacher. He is the teacher of all men and gods. He is 100% compassionate, 100% wise, right? He is the fully awakened, enlightened one, the greatest one who can teach the most important things for us, and that is the Dharma. So this is B, Buddha. Now let us go on to the next one. C. What does C stand for? You look at the picture or image, I think you would know. Candle, right? You study in kindergarten, C stands for cat. But no, now we say C stands for candle. C-A-N-D-L-E. Now, I think you know or have seen what a candle is, right? Now, you see, you light the candle in order to give you light, isn't it? Now, if you are in the dark place, you cannot see, you can light a candle. Now, of course, people use torchlight and then electrical devices, but a candle is still used. Those days, of course, people use candles when they don't have batteries or electricity. And you see, with the light, then you can see the place, isn't it? So this is a very important point. Just like the light that can illuminate or light up the darkness, so too your mind can be bright, can be very, very wise if you have the Dhamma, right? So it's just like the candle lighting up the dark place. Then if your mind is developed by learning Dhamma, then your mind is bright, wise, compassionate, with metta and so on. So C stands for candle. Now let's go on to the next one. D. What does D stand for? Now probably you might not know it. You know, when monks, for example, visit the temple, the Buddhist temple, or visit your home or Dhamma center, then we offer food to the monks, right? The monks, they are very, very special holy people who learn the Dhamma and they teach you many important things. They counsel you. So they don't have money, right? They don't have houses their own. They only have 4 basic things. The robes, including the robe. And then they of course need food. And then the place to stay. And then the medicine, right? So now you are offering, this is a very good action. Dana is a meritorious action. The word dana means giving, or you can say charity, or generosity, giving, right, with a very good heart. And you offer the food to the monks. You must not offer money to the monks, right? You can offer the food or the robe or medicine, right? So you can see this picture. So that gives you an idea of how people do dana. E. What does E stand for? Now E, I think you can see the picture here. Exercise. Yay. Exercise. Senaman. It is very important to exercise regularly so that you can be healthy in your body and also mind, because you relax, isn't it? Now, these days, many young ones, children, do not have enough exercise, so they can fall sick easily. They are weak in the muscles, right? So it's important you exercise. Like for example, here you can see the picture. Or they play games. They play games like football, badminton, ping pong, and so on. So exercise is important to have good health. Let's go to the next one. F. Now I think you know what F stands for. Not fish, this one here, beautiful flowers. So F stands for flowers. Now you see, as Buddhists, we offer flowers at the altar, the Buddhist altar. And if you have been to Sunday school, you have seen people or the children as well as the parents offering flowers. Now, what is the meaning? Does it mean Buddha comes to smell the flowers? Or the gods from heaven coming to smell the flowers? No, no, no. That is superstition. The flowers represent one important teaching in Buddhism. It stands for impermanence. Impermanence means not permanent, right? Not everlasting. So everything in our world, every living thing, in fact, all things, they cannot remain forever, isn't it? Right? Now let us take the living things. You find that all living things, from the plants to the animals, right? They come into being, like animals are born, or plants, grow from the seeds and so on. They grow up, right? And they will age. They will become older. And one day, they must die, isn't it? is impermanence, not everlasting. So when we know this, that all living things, birth, and then growing older, and then a time will come when they die, and they actually will get reborn for animals and living human beings. After that, they will get reborn. So when you accept this fact, then if your pet dog or pet cat happens to die, sometimes due to accident, sometimes due to old age, then you will not feel so sad, isn't it? Because you know it is a natural thing, right? But it can be reborn. So when you understand this fact, then you become wiser. Let's go on to the next one. G. What does G stand for? Now here you can see the animated image, right? To greet each other. So it's greetings. When Buddhists meet one another, when you meet the friends, or when even you meet the monks or the nuns, you don't extend out your hand and shake hands. That is not the Buddhist way. The Buddhist way is what we call Anjali, with folded palms like this. Now you can see, right? So I put my palms together, Anjali, and I can say, may you be well, happy, right? Or you can wish good morning or something like that, you see. If it's a monk, then you say, good morning, venerable. Or some people don't do the same thing. They just have a slight bow with the hands folded, like what you see in the picture. So that is greeting in the Buddhist way. Very, very peaceful, isn't it? You don't have to shake hands. Now, of course, you know very well with COVID-19, you cannot just simply shake hands all over. So this is a good method of greeting. Now let's go to the next one. Now, this is age. Now you can see, two little children helping two blind adults, to cross the road. So of course, age stands for help. And that is a very good action, to help the poor, the needy, to help in so many ways. The Buddhist term is dana also. Some children come to Buddhist Sunday school earlier and they help to sweep the floor, to water the plants, right? And to arrange the tables and chairs in the classroom. And that is a very, very good thing, helpful. So you want to be well-liked, right? And people talk good about you, then you must be a helpful person, not selfish. Some, quite selfish. They don't want to help. They only want to get things free only. That's not good. So you can see a very good action of helping these are the two children. Of course, you have many other examples, sweeping the floor, and then helping to prepare the food for maybe the very, very young ones, preschool. You are in standard 1 or standard 2 or standard 3. You can help the teachers to clean certain things. So many ways. And this is a very good action. Now, I, probably you do not know this word. I stands for incense. I think at home, probably you have seen your mother or grandmother lighting the joss sticks, offering at the Buddhist altar, or sometimes they use incense, right, like sandalwood, and burn it to give the good fragrance. But actually, we do not encourage people to use a lot of all these things because they pollute the environment. If you want to use, you can only use one actually, like this, or you can use some sandalwood when you want to have some Buddhist prayers and chanting. So in association, we have that when there is a puja, chanting session, praying in the Buddhist way, then we just use one joss stick, or we have an urn with some incense, right? We burn the very nice, fragrant sandalwood. It actually stands for something, right? It has good smell, right? And it reminds us, so just like the incense has good smell, So also our deeds should be good. With good vibrations, our actions should be good. That is one meaning. So that is the devotional aspect. So of course the altar, you can find flowers, you can find light, either candlelight or electrical device to give light. Then let us go on to the next one. J, I think you know lah, early morning or maybe after lunch, you drink this, and that is J stands for juice, isn't it? Juice. Now, orange juice very popular among the kids. Now, this juice, fruit juice, you don't take all those, minuman bergas lah, right? Gassy drinks are not good. You can take fruit juice, which is very good in vitamin C. And vitamin C is very good for health, isn't it? So this is the what we call juice J. Then we have K. You can see the action here. K, kneeling. You see when the Buddhist devotees pay respect at the altar to the Buddha, this is one way where they can pay the respect in this way. Now, paying respect to elders or to monks and nuns or to images of the Buddha is a good thing, right? It shows you have manners. Now, paying respect to the Buddha means you really look up and respect what the Buddha stands for, right? Full enlightenment, wisdom, good morality, compassion, all the good qualities. So you pay respect to all these good qualities as shown in the image of the Buddha, right? So there's kneel, K, kneel, isn't it? L is the flower of Buddhism. The flower of Buddhism, as you know, is the lotus. So L stands for lotus. That is the flower of Buddhism. You know, the lotus comes up from the muddy ponds, right? Before it blooms into a flower, it's in the muddy waters, right? We're not dirty and so on. But once it comes out and blooms into a lotus flower, it's beautiful and quite pure, isn't it? So this tells us that, our minds, if we have not learned the Dharma, may not be really clean. We have all the bad qualities. But then you learn the Dharma and practice, wow, your mind become purer, better, more beautiful, just like the lotus. I think you know, very important person, and that is the mother, right? The mother. And you can see here, the mother really loves, just the father also loves the children, isn't it? So we must always be grateful to the mother, or in Mandarin we say 父母恩 to be thankful, appreciative of what your mother has done for you and is doing for you now also, and your father also So we must always be grateful, right? You should help the mother at home, right? And then don't disobey the mother. You are not grateful in this case, isn't it? So good children will always be respectful to the mother, father, and other elderly people in the home, or even the teachers and monks, and also to be grateful for what help they have given you, right? So M is mother. And you go to the hospital, you have this very important group of people we call the nurses, isn't it? So N stands for nurse. So you see, a nurse helps to look after the patients, the sick people in the hospital. So once the doctor has examined the patients, the doctor prescribes the medicine, and then the nurses have their duties. They go around and then also help the patients, the sick people, take the medicine, maybe drink the water or drink some Milo or whatever, and then maybe some need help to go to the toilets. So it's a very, very important type of job, nursing. So there are some girls who like to be nurses. There are some boys also who like to be nurses. Yes, we also have male nurse now, more and more already. It's fine. You are doing wonderful work in this profession, either a female nurse or male nurse. Oh, I think you see the picture, you know. O stands for oranges or orange, right? Many oranges, one orange. Now here, of course, you see the Buddhist altar where you have the offering of the fruits. Very commonly, you see apples and oranges lah. You also sometimes have pears, right? But then some people say, I want to offer durian. Durian can or not? It's not that you cannot, but then normally it's not used because you know durians have smell, isn't it? So when people are around, well, not all people like the durian smell, isn't it? So it's very distracting. So whereas these oranges and these pineapple, yes, right? People do watermelon also. So these usual fruits, they don't have smell and they can last quite some time, right? Like apples, oranges, maybe you can put for a few days. Now, what is the meaning? It does not mean that Buddha or Kuan Yin come and eat your oranges or apples that are offered. They represent something. In Mandarin, we say that fruits are 水果, 水果. So this one represent karma. 代表那个因果啦，水果代表因果。So represent karma to remind us, just as you plant, let us say, apple seed, then you get apples in it. You plant rambutan seed, you get rambutan, right? It depends on what you plant. So likewise, if you do bad, then you get bad results, right? If you do a bad action, you're going to have a bad consequence or result. Right? If you do something good, then you're going to have a good result. So this is to remind us the fruits that be careful of the karma. Do good and good will come to you. Do bad and bad will come to you. Right? Isn't it? So that's one meaning. Then of course another thing is you want to show the gratitude, isn't it? Right? So it's in the culture to offer these fruits as you offer food. But it's not the Buddha coming to eat. It's just a symbol, a gesture of giving and offering. And then later on, of course, you collect back. And then you can also share with other people. Do dana to other people. Give your friends or give your neighbors and so on also. So that is a very good action of offering, right? A good gesture. P. What does P stand for? Of course, you can see that it's a Buddhist way of praying. So P now here will stand for prayer. Or you can say praying also. Right? Now, Buddhists pray in a very, very special way. It's not that you pray to a God and ask God to give you all the A's, ask God to let you strike the lottery, ask God to let you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Of course, you're too young. But the prayer in the Buddhism is different. You pay respect and then you let your mind become settled. You can do the chanting as in Sunday school. You chant Namo Tassa Bhagavato. You take refuge and then you chant the 5 precepts. So when the Buddhists pray, the mind settle and then they can do certain chanting like taking refuge. Homage first. Homage is paying respect. All right, I told you paying just respect is now very important. And then you take refuge, refuge in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and then you take the precept, the moral precepts. I think you know the 5 precepts, isn't it? Now, so this one aspect of praying. Then the other thing is you make a wish. The proper wish. You say, may I grow in my wisdom. May I keep my precepts. May I be helpful. May I do dana. That's the Buddhist way of praying, making aspiration. Not to pray for things because you are greedy. I say, oh, may I have a lot of money to buy ice cream. That is not the Buddhist way, right? So you know what is prayer. Okay. Q. I think Q, you can see this very clearly, right? Very important, isn't it? We practice this in Sunday school in many places. When you have many people wanting something or to get a certain piece of work done, you cannot just rush, isn't it? You must queue up. You can see the picture there, queuing up. And of course, when you want to board a bus, right? Or when you go to the post office, when you have many people, you don't rush. If you rush, then accidents may happen, isn't it? So in the classroom also, when you want to get into the classroom from the hall, you cannot just all rush in like hooligans or gangsters. You line up, queue up, line up lah, right? And then slowly you move in line to the classroom. And likewise also during recess when you want to go and take your food, you don't rush. You have to queue up to take the food one by one. So this is very good habit. But some children don't like to queue up. They want to cut queue. They rush in front. People don't like you like that. So learn to queue up in an orderly, very systematic way. People say you are well-mannered, very polite, well-mannered. So you see people like you lah. R now. R, I think you know, you can see, it is respect, isn't it? Respect. So whom do you respect? Of course, we respect the Buddha, right? The monks, nuns, the parents, grandparents, the teachers. Then people will say, wow, these children have good manners. No, they really show the respect to elderly people, teachers, parents, right? Monks and nuns. But some children don't know this, right? When two adults are talking or talking to a monk, they run around like monkeys and cut in between the two people talking, and that is showing no respect. So when you have no respect, you don't train this when you are young, later on in life, when you grow up, people also don't respect you because you're not behaving like a cultured set of good people, right? You are maybe like hooligans or animals. You don't find maybe animals queuing up, isn't it? Or paying respect, isn't it? Those are animals, but we are human beings. So this is respect. Very good. Now we go to the S. Now you see these children probably get certain sweets or things to eat. And a good practice is this, what we call sharing. Yes, right? So they share and care, you see, they share. So sometimes I see during Children's Day or maybe during Visa, so the children are given lots of food, sweets, ice cream, and then cakes, biscuits, lots of things. So sometimes I just want to see whether they have a good heart, they practice the Dhamma. I say, so and so, little one, right? Can you share a little with brother? Oh, can you give a little? 不要, 不要, I don't want. I want all this. That is not a good attitude, isn't it? You don't want to share. You are selfish. Kedekut. That is not good. But there are some children are very good, You don't even have to ask. They come to you and say, teacher, I would like to share a little bit with you. Would you want to have some? Sometimes I have children approaching and say, brother, this is for you. Wow, this one, surely you like this type of children, right? So in time to come up, wow, the word spreads around and say, wow, this boy or this girl is very good, very generous, and he shares or she shares her food and so on, right? So that is a good practice. T, I think you know lah. You can see from the picture, T stands for teacher. And then of course you must also respect the teachers lah, isn't it? Now I find some children, right? Even at Sunday school, I find some children even in the primary 3, 4, 5, no respect, when the teacher is teaching, these unruly students are very disrespectful. They start talking, playing with their mobile phones, right? And then disturbing their friends. That is not good, right? You are not behaving well. You are not disciplined. The teacher has 20, 30 students, in the class. So to take care of everyone is quite a big task. So if you are unruly means very, very gangster-like, or maybe not well-mannered lah. Then of course the teachers don't like you. Eventually, other friends also will boycott you because you have no manners, disrespectful. So it's very important to be respectful, well-mannered, right? Of good character, responsible. Then you are a good child. You are a good student, isn't it? And you'll be very successful later on in life. Character. Some children very smart, they can get all the A's, but they don't have good discipline. They are not respectful, all right? They are rude, impolite. That is not good. Being clever is not the most important thing, but of good character is even more important. Then you try your best. You can't get A's, doesn't matter. I tried my best, but you are a good person, of good character. That is important. Now we come to uniform. All right, I think you know, right? You wear the uniform for Sunday school, you wear your school uniform, or if you're a scout, you wear. This is actually quite good to show that to remind you that you belong to a group, so you must follow their rules and to be orderly and to be respectful, to follow the regulations, right? If you don't have uniform, you have all sorts of dresses coming. So Sunday school, some will come with hot pants, or with very not so nice clothes that show certain parts of the body. So uniform actually is quite common for various countries also, right? So school uniform. Now we go to V. Now V stands for, I think you know lah, all right? Vegetables, right? Sayuran. Of course, you know very well, this is an important part of our diet. Apart from fruits, you have to take vegetables, right? Because they are of good nutritional value, provide the minerals, the vitamins, and so on, right? So some children don't like to take vegetables. You must learn to take vegetables. Maybe you don't have to really take all types. You can choose some of your favorite ones. Okay, here's so many colorful ones. Some people ask, what to become a Buddhist? Must become vegetarian? Must always eat vegetables only? There's no such teaching by the Buddha that if you want to be a Buddhist and practice Dharma, that you must be a vegetarian, right? But if you like or you want to be a vegetarian, you don't want to eat meat, you don't want to eat fish, it's okay. You can do that. But there are other people, they eat vegetables, they eat eggs, they eat fish. That's also okay, right? As long as hygienic, help your diet, and on you don't go and directly kill animals in order to eat their meat. You buy from the market or the supermarket, those already dead already anyway, right? So people buy as food. So that is vegetable. W, it's Visa. Usually Visa falls in the month of May, isn't it? Right? And Visa, I think you all have participated. One very important thing is E4, or bathing the baby Buddha. But some people don't understand. They think that the Buddha are very dirty. Better than wash the Buddha. No, it's not like that. It represents something. What it represents is this. Just as our body needs washing, right? So very important is must clean our minds. We must purify our minds. So as we bathe the Buddha, then we think and see, oh, my mind must be pure, free from anger, greed, and then ego or delusion. My mind must be kind. So I must be clean of all the dirty things. So that is a very important meaning Not just to have this wrong idea to bathe the Buddha means to bathe the Buddha because he's dirty. That is not correct, right? So this is a ceremony, a devotional practice on Vesak Day. X, of course, you know this musical instrument is xylophone, right? You have seen this. It makes that musical sound. Of course, it's good to learn how to play a musical instrument, all types of guitar, piano, xylophone, organ, right? Some go and play trumpet. Whatever instrument you play, make sure you don't disturb other people. Like this boy who likes to play the trumpet or saxophone at night, nearly 10, 11, and disturb the neighbors with a terrible sound, and the player doesn't know how to play the trumpet well already. So it's terrible, disturbing. That's not good. You must use your thinking, your wisdom when to play, right? And don't disturb the neighborhood. And it's good to learn a musical instrument. And then why? I think why you know what it is, right? Young people. Here you can see, the young. We are the older generation. You're the young ones, and it is good if from young, you have good training, right? Just as the people who go to preschool, pre-Dharma classes, go to Buddhist Sunday school. They not only learn ABC, they learn many other important things, one of which is Dharma, right? How to know what is good, what is bad, what should be done, what should not be done, so that when you grow up, you will not do the wrong things that will cause you suffering. So learn all these good things from young. Right? Of course, we also have playtime. You can play proper games. But nowadays, I see even very young ones just like to play on the handphone, Standard 1, Standard 2, and 3. That is not good, right? You have to play maybe sport or traditional games, hula hoop, or you can, play the hopscotch. Right, so many games you can play like the kampong games, exercise your body, and then you play with your friends also, and not just always playing the violent games on the mobile phone, kill, very bad. Maybe your parents can allow you maybe one day when you can play for some time the proper games, then that'll be okay. Play football is good, so that is why. And then you have Z, of course, these are all of you love to go to the zoo. Zoo. So I think most of you, or many of you, have been to the zoo, Zoo Nagara, or maybe other zoos in some towns, and you can observe all the different animals, right? And we must be kind to animals. Right? We must love the animals also. I remember once, we brought some Sunday school children to, I think it was the Malacca Zoo, Wow, one of the Sunday school boys was so naughty, He took, he used to, some stones, started to throw at the crocodile, Of course, the crocodiles are in the enclosed space, won't come out to attack you. That is not a good thing to do, You are disturbing the animal, isn't it? Then, the zoo worker or the zookeeper, somebody in charge, came, saw the boy throwing stones at the crocodile. So he got hold of the boy, and then he told him, now I'm going to throw you at the crocodile. Wow, the friend is really panic, He's a small boy, he's so very scared. Please, tolong, saya tak mau buat itu lagi lah. Very, very scared. So of course, he would not be thrown out, just to teach him a lesson. So do not hurt animals. Do not give them pain and so on. He was a naughty boy, but then he has grown to be a very good man already. Probably has become a father already also. So we'll come to the end of this presentation called I Know My Buddhist ABC. A, not apple, altar. B, not banana, but Buddha. C, not cat, but candle, and so on. So this is good learning, and I've explained some of the Dharma things for you also. And see, you will be very, very happy when you learn important things in your religion, in Buddhism. And then at the same time also you learn very important Dharma, isn't it? Dharma means the teachings of the Buddha. So today's lesson is supposed to be simple, but when I did it in the Sunday school with standard 3, 4, most of them also do not know more than half of the terms. I have to explain like altar, respect, right? So many of them don't understand, so I explain. So it's not just for standard 1 actually. It's also for higher levels, standard 3, 4, 5 perhaps also. And then you can grow, you can share with your friends, and you can see all these children maybe going to Sunday school, they're very happy, right? They can dance. You see, they're not shy and they can dance. So now we have come to the end of this presentation. I hope you have learned some important things in this lesson. I would like to thank all of you, and also parents and grandparents who are following this so that they can teach the other children or the other grandchildren, and also the teachers of the Buddhist Sunday School. So we will end by saying sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may you all be well, happy, and peaceful. Take care.